Hello, listeners of Heavy Friending. Thank you for tuning in, first of all. This is I wish we didn't have to keep doing
so
this.
somber.
I know. I just feel ashamed a little bit.
I actually feel embarrassed that we have to do this again because I just didn't.
Yeah. We were sober this time. That's the thing.
Yeah. And I kind of agonized over this all week because I just... The episode you guys are about to hear is graphic in nature.
Our words paint pictures, and some of those pictures are very vividly of...
Buttholes. Yeah.
In fact, most of this episode turned out being not
Splash
what we
of bestiality
intended.
is in there too. I just want to be honest about that.
Yeah. We want to say this now because you can turn it off now.
Yeah. So if you're easily offended by that stuff, you can't get mad at us. We're telling you this stuff is intense.
Yeah. And if you're a freak who likes this kind of stuff, hey, this is
your
episode.
Oh, this is for all the freaks.
Strap in.
Do you feel like a time traveler right now?
What?
I feel like a time traveler right now. Like we're Joe and Laura from the future.
because we know what happened in the episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we're warning them, hey, be careful.
Marty.
Yeah, exactly.
Marty.
Yeah.
Is that a good impression?
Kind of, actually. Do it again.
Marty.
Yeah, we're going to leave you with that. We're going to leave you with this. Enjoy the episode.
Bye. From the future.
This is heavy friending. I'm friending you so hard. An alliance slowly forming like a boulder in my heart. So if you wanna fucking friend me, better give me all you got. No, I don't take this lightly, cause it's heavy. Heavy friending. There is an eagle flying.
Wow. What a great song
Did
that
you
we
just
made
drink
together.
a Diet Coke? Wow. That was a great song.
Yeah, it really was, though.
It bubbles in my mouth. Like a Diet Coke.
That's what she said. Nailed it. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Heavy Friending with myself, Laura Lee Bishop, and my co-host here, Joe Barlow.
The co-host with the Bromost.
Yeah.
This is something I just came up with, and
Obviously,
I hope you like
right
it.
as it was coming out of your mouth.
I think it worked.
Sure, we'll see.
We're going to get t-shirts.
Hey, guys, why don't you guys log on to Twitter? Go on, look us up at Heavy Friending, and tell us, did it work? Did the joke land? Is Joe the co-host with the Bromost?
Do you want merch that says co-host with the Bromost?
I kind of do now that you said it.
I actually do. And
I'm
you know
like,
what? We need to trademark this before this app goes out.
I feel like it should go on the crotch of something. You know,
What?
like my crotch is my co-host with the Bromost. Like I'm getting a lot of bros in there.
Well, now you've misappropriated.
Yours could go on the back. You know what I'm saying?
What do you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
We were two strangers when this started. Now we're two people who have recorded a podcast a couple times together.
That's true.
So making progress, perhaps.
Yeah, I also feel like we're building resentment and things that for true friends do. So we're on the path. I mean,
yeah, I'm getting dirt on you that, you know, and you're getting dirt on me. So it's that like, you know, we have a nuclear bomb. They have a nuclear bomb. Neither of us can destroy each other.
That's right.
Because we both would destroy each other.
that's right.
Thanks so much for listening. You know, this podcast, we're known for two things, friendship and meandering conversation.
Yeah, that and a lot of references and talk of buttholes, I'd say, is a real big part of
And there's
what
the
we do.
butthole.
One
count.
butthole per episode at least for me.
Okay.
I'd like to hit at least 5,
Don't
but
maybe rephrase it, but
I'd like to smash 5 buttholes.
yeah. Are these glasses you're wearing real glasses?
Yeah.
Let me describe them for the listener. Okay. So you paid
And they're new.
you paid good money for them.
I did, baby.
Okay. They are, I want to say they're a cross between glasses you'd wear for protection in a wood shop and glasses that you would wear if you were, let's say, a Unabomber.
Yeah, they actually look like army issues.
Okay.
But
however you want to describe them,
Yeah, they're
I
like-
actually don't mind them, but I am making fun of you because We're
You
almost,
can.
yeah.
You can. And I don't take it offense to someone like you making fun of my fashion choices,
That's
only
what
because you have an utter lack of understanding as to what fashion is. So
Girl.
I think 99% of your wardrobe was a giveaway, like in a gift bag.
This shirt was a
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I bought these pants full price. Got a nice stain on them real early on, right on my pocket. I don't even know what it
I thought
was.
you were going to say private part.
No.
And I was going to say, don't call it that. Call
No.
it your dick.
No, right on my pocket. I think it's still there, a stain. I got it like 2 weeks after buying the pants. Got to wear these pants still because they're quality pant.
Well, where's the stain?
It's on the pocket. I think it's here. Oh yeah, right here. See that?
Yeah, that's like nothing.
But the
I thought
nice
it was
thing is
gonna be
because the
like-
pants kind of crease. You see how they crease here?
I feel
then
like you're
I think a
trying
lot
to
of
get me to look
people-
at your crotch. It's uncomfortable.
I
You're
guess
holding a glass of wine. You're gesturing at your crotch.
that's where the stain is, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's fun.
it is fun.
And this is fun. In today's episode, we're going to do something that friends do, which is share very personal information with one another.
I mean, I just feel like if we're going to make progress on a friendship, then we need to like really start working at it.
You shouldn't have to work at friendship, should you? Friends, you don't have to work. You say, hey, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, acquaintances, you don't have to work. True friendship, that's work. True friendship, sometimes you got to, really get dirty.
I think you're thinking of like a spouse.
Why should the relationship be any different?
I mean, there's things you do with a spouse.
Yeah, but that's the only thing. When I think about my true friendships,
HJs. Your dog left when I said HJ.
he's like, this is crude, it's disgusting, and I won't be a part of it.
I thought it was less crude to use the initials.
I like to say handies.
Handies.
Yeah.
Beegers.
Yeah, I'm saying the only thing
But
that
that's-
friends don't do like is sex shit.
Oh,
But,
you're
like,
putting you're putting HJs and BJs in the same basket? You're trying to
definitely,
sell it at
definitely.
the fair?
Yeah,
No,
sometimes
thanks.
you can do both at the same time. So why wouldn't I? Yeah, they put that in. What'd you call it? A spank bank.
I don't call it that, but everyone calls it that.
I don't call it that, but
You're like, wow, why would you use that term? Everyone uses that term.
oh, hang on, I need to unzip this, and it's too.
Okay, I'm
making
going to
noise.
not look over there.
Not look at me unzipping a jacket.
Yeah.
Did you think it was like a trench coat situation?
I just don't know why. I guess maybe you drew attention to it.
Because it makes a noise, and we're doing a podcast, and so I
Okay.
was going to take a pause to unzip it. So
Are
I could
you
cut that.
okay?
I don't know, Joe. I really don't know. I'm on edge. I'm on edge.
Have you been waiting for me to ask how you are?
No, because you never do. So it wasn't something I expected from you.
But isn't it nice to not put things on your friends? If like I want to say, how you doing? I want my friend to say, A-okay, bud. And then we go and
This
have
is what's
fun.
wrong. That's what's
But
wrong.
why
with
do
you.
I need to take on your emotional
That's what
stress?
a friendship is, man. It's like fucking confiding in someone, having someone there for you.
I gotta my job is to change the subject, get their mind off of the sadness, and then
One day you're going to come to me.
one day
One day you're going to come to me.
Is that a sentence?
And when you do,
yeah,
you know what? I'm
What?
not going to even play with you. I'll be there for you, man. I'll be there. And then you'll see what a real
When I have
friendship
problems?
is. When you'll see what a real friendship
I keep
is.
a lot of stuff in.
Just know, I'm just telling you now. And then you'll see what it means to be a friend.
Okay. So usually on the show we do an activity, something that friends might do, but this episode, as you might guess,
We're just hanging.
We're just gonna try and, I guess, talk.
Well, maybe then I should lose my tude, drop the tude, and just
That's-
really, okay.
That's big of you.
Because, yeah, I can admit when I need to get attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, I think you're
adjusting
mad
right
because
now.
you're, I don't want to judge you, but sometimes friends, have to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And since this is a friendship simulation, I have to tell you, maybe you've been going a little too hard this week.
Yeah, I went too hard this weekend, and this week I can admit that too. I did. I had a show at a fucking sex shop. It's real weird to play a show at a sex shop to 0 people. It's just like I'm surrounded by dildos. And for what purpose, You really got to take a look at yourself after a show like that.
Did they pay you in merchandise?
No, they didn't pay me.
They didn't pay
They
you.
even made my friend who bought a shirt from them pay for the shirt. I'm like, y'all bitches didn't even give him that shirt for free.
Well, now this is all coming together. Now I'm understanding the toot. I mean, if I was in an empty sex shop
Yeah,
trying to put my art out there,
exactly.
then I would be upset.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
You are actually, that was a great response because it made me feel like I was heard, I was understood, and I feel comforted with that. So thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. Well, you know what's important to me?
What?
Actually, not really, but it was something we talked about that we would actually talk about today.
Okay.
And that is, I do think friends generally have similar beliefs.
Yes.
And their belief system. And we're talking,
Sure.
We're talking convictions, pet peeves, religion, ghosts, aliens, conspiracy theories. These are all things we believe. And these beliefs form who we are. Ow. I hit the stand with my hand.
You did, but because you mean it, but that's good.
I'm
passion.
I'm passionate about making sentences. It was Albus Dumbledore who said,
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I'm glad you interrupted me because I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
But I think he did say something about words.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
You're sure?
Yeah, he had a lot to say about everything. In fact, I think
No,
he
he
fucking
didn't.
talked
There's only
too much.
6 books or
He
whatever.
has too much to say about everything. He's a nosy little prick. Is he dead?
I think he kind of is alive. I don't know.
In our hearts, so yeah.
In our
Forever.
hearts and in the prequels, they say. He might be in the next Fantastic Hairy Beast.
Hairy Beast.
Harry Potter.
That's what I
Hairy
call my
Beast.
vagina.
Oh God. So what do you believe in?
It's funny today. So my fiance, John, you've met him, Joe.
Yeah, I know. Why?
I'm just saying that's a good step on a friendship. You know my fiance. You've met him a couple times.
cool.
You've exchanged pleasantries.
Definitely.
If you ran into him at the grocery store, you'd say, "Oh, hey, John, how you doing? Oh, I see you got some, eggplant in your cart. What are you going to do with that?"
I had to
And
be
then he'll
eggplant.
say,
Yeah.
because it's a regular thing we do. But anyway,
You've been hanging out at a sex shop too much.
oh man, I saw some crazy dildos in there, dude. I saw some crazy fucking shit in there.
Okay.
There was a thing.
Let's do a sidebar
That was
on
so-
dildos.
Dildo sidebar.
I saw a butt plug in there, man. That was like, it had to be like the size of a basketball, man. I'm not kidding.
No.
I'm
Are
not
you
kidding?
Wait, in length and then how thick?
Like in circumference, it was probably the circumference of like what a basketball is.
Even like
It was a butt plug and it was
No.
big as fuck.
No.
I'm serious. Like I
No.
think someone would need to be hospitalized.
that wasn't a butt plug.
It's like all those dudes that were fucking those horses out there.
Where are you pointing? You pointed behind me. Like, what are you talking about?
Those dudes that fucked all those horses, they were truckers and they used to go out to this guy's house.
What?
And he had
What?
a ranch. Yes, this guy, listen.
These are friends of yours?
No, this was on the news. I watched a documentary about it. These
It was on the
dudes-
news or a documentary?
watched a
There's no way that
documentary.
it was on the news.
They're like, in recent news, a bunch of truckers have been fucking horses out at the Circle K Ranch. No, this is what happened. This dude was having sex with horses, and his friends would come out. They were all truckers, and they would stop by, and they would just have like these big sex parties with these horses. So this dude had gone out by himself to get fucked in the ass by a horse.
Wait,
and
that's a different thing, isn't it? Fucking a horse versus getting
no,
fucked
they were all
by a
getting
horse?
fucked pretty much.
What?
Oh yeah, so this guy goes out by
That's a
himself.
whole different can of tomatoes as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
Whoa.
and he went out by himself and did it, and they came back inside and he laid down on the couch, and apparently he like kind of looked bad, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And so he laid on the couch and straight up died. He bled out.
I think actually what you've done here on the podcast
Yeah.
is something incredible
Thank you.
because through that vulgar,
It's not it's happened.
disgusting tale,
Sure.
you've really shown us what true friendship is, which is sharing experiences and finding things that you specifically like and that your friends like. And who would have thought that you could get a handful of guys
Yeah, like how do you broach
who all
the subject?
have that same interest? I think that's great.
How does that come up in conversation, you know?
I guess
Hey,
you have to
man.
ease into it just as one might have to ease a horse's penis into their anus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes it doesn't work out, you know.
That's beautiful. So I asked you about your beliefs, and then
What a way to die, too. I mean, so embarrassing.
well, he died doing something
who
he
goes to his
loved.
funeral and they're like, oh, geez.
I guess everyone knows.
Yeah. I mean, that's really rough for the parents. And, I mean, your son's up there with a giant hole in his backside.
Well, other people had to have known. I mean, if these guys are meeting up, they're clearly like a little bit open about it because they must assume other people like it. Because it's like, oh, wait, Charlie, you like this? I didn't know that. Oh, Gary, is that you, Gare? Oh my gosh. Well, then they're probably talking about it pretty openly. So I bet everyone already knew.
I don't think so.
Cool.
Friends talk about sex, but that's later for us. That we're not on that level yet, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because right now we can talk about kind of other people doing stuff.
Yeah.
But beliefs. How about this? What do you think is the weirdest thing that you believe, but you actually believe it?
I mean, I used to be kind of superstitious about stuff. Like,
yeah,
I played sports and I had to have the same. John, tell Joe about that big old. John just entered. Remember that butt plug, John? He doesn't believe how big it was.
Do it with your hands.
No,
what?
It was like this big around. You'd be surprised what you can fit in your ass.
I would be surprised if that did that. You know, this episode of the podcast is exactly like Full House, you know?
Who am I? Which character am I? Don't say
oh,
DJ
you're
Tanner,
definitely
I'll
Uncle
fucking kill
Jesse.
you.
Right
Okay.
now, you're Uncle Jesse. And probably generally you're Uncle Jesse. Because you're like, oh, I'm in a
baby.
rock and roll band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And he's really good looking. So
And
I'm
he's
fine with
got
that.
fun hair that is
Yeah.
kind of high.
Tell me more. Describe him. More.
He is a Greek guy.
Yes, he is.
Stamos is a Greek name. He does Greek yogurt commercials.
Oh,
He looks
speaking
great
of Greek yogurt, everything you're saying, making a
Did
Greek
you-
yogurt situation in my
Are you Greek?
pants. Okay.
Are you Greek?
No, I'm Italian.
Oh, then it's just Yoplait down there.
Oh, baby, it's got strawberries and all kinds of yeah.
What is your favorite yogurt type?
Joe and Laura, heavy friending, the tell-all. What's your favorite yogurt? I don't really like yogurt.
Okay.
I eat it. I'll tell you this. There's one food I don't like in the whole fucking world. One.
One food?
And it's very specific. Menudo.
What is that?
I will eat, it's Mexican soup and it smells like garbage. And you're like, oh, it smells like garbage, but that's the trick. It probably tastes delicious. And then it tastes like garbage. And I've tried it. And I'm the kind of person where I have something I don't like, I have multiple times.
Yeah.
I've tried
You
it.
eat everything else though? Literally?
Everything. Literally. I mean, maybe if I went to and had monkey brains or something, I wouldn't like it. I don't know, but I've had everything that I can.
Have you had steamed butthole or?
I've eaten out a butt and it was great. So
I don't think I could ever eat out a butthole. I gotta say.
I don't think I've eaten out a butthole before.
What do you mean? I don't think.
I'm trying to think. Have I? I don't know.
But it
Have I
might.
gotten
I
in
think
there?
the fact that it might have happened it's just interesting to me.
There's a lot of things that I might have done and that might have happened to me that I can't recall off the top of my head. Okay.
Well, because of
Just because there's a lot, you know.
I guess if I ate a butthole,
Well, when
probably
you say
gonna
ate it,
remember that. That might be sort of.
just to lick a butthole, you're gonna remember that forever. Jesus, it's a
I think
fucking
so.
butthole. Whatever. Who cares?
I think you remember your first time.
Now this is the tell-all.
Have
Look
him.
me in the one eye that you can see. Do you want a finger in your butt? Just to see how it feels.
Here's what I'll say about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you ask the tough questions because I think this is what people want to know. It's not that I want a finger in the butthole, but at the same time, you're kind of curious because you've heard
Yeah.
that it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
But the thought of something entering my butthole, that thought is disconcerting to me.
Huh.
But there's that other part.
Yeah.
There's just like,
I think you need to go for it.
you know, I guess I don't really know how big my butthole is.
Well, they can start with the pinky.
And then how
Work
deep
their way
is
up to a thumb.
Isn't it the prostate?
Yeah. But
How
I
deep
think
do you
maybe
have to
it's-
go?
I'm not an expert. Okay. So, I can't really tell you how deep you need to go or how forceful, can't tell you how much lube to use or.
Oh, you think you would need lube
No.
or?
Yeah.
Well, that's why it depends how
I think a
deep.
finger.
Because
I don't
maybe you
think
could just
need
get it
just
in there.
a finger, I'm sure.
I think, but at the same time, I think it'd
That's
be a
where
little.
the steaminess comes into play.
Indeed. I think I would be a little nervous about my situation back there.
Like, are you clean?
Like, yeah, if she sticks her finger in, is it going to be like coming out,
Yeah.
coming out hot, as we say?
I'll say, yeah.
So
coming out hot. Yeah.
I don't know if I could really be like 100%.
You can't relax with it,
Right. Because I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna be clenched,
Well, you can't clench.
but I'm
You
gonna
gotta
be. That
loose.
first time you want to be loose, but you're gonna be tight, and then now it's in there. It comes out. I don't want to smell. I don't want to see any. I don't
Well,
want.
think about it this way. There's people out there all over the place sticking fingers in buttholes and enjoying it and all kinds of things in their butt.
Absolutely, and that's what makes this country great.
Yeah. And I say, so what? Maybe somebody gets a little shit on their pinky. It's not the end of the fucking world. We got soap. We got water. This is America.
This is America.
In Africa, maybe in a village, a hut somewhere, you put your finger in someone's butt. You got to wash your hand. You got to go down to the river. You got to get a bucket. You got to come up and, it's like a whole thing. Here, you just go over the tap, put my pinky under there, and I'm good to go and get right back in there.
You're just gonna rinse it. You're not gonna use soap, or
I guess you could use soap. Sure, yeah, use a little soap. That's another thing we have here in America. We got soap.
got plenty of hand soap.
Come on.
So I guess I think your original question was, do
Pat-
you want it? And I guess I'm very mixed about it.
Yeah, I think.
But but at the same time, I'm not like encouraging people to surprise me. I don't think I want that either.
Right. So I think this would be a situation where you would need to be in a relationship with someone. Mm-hmm. This can't be a one night stand type thing. It can't be a a little Netflix and chill situation.
Yeah. No, that's keep your digits.
Yeah, that's
on
not
the remote,
time.
folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't,
exactly.
'cause
Are you still watching?
Gotta click it.
Yes.
And then if your finger's covered in.
I mean, that's what gives a whole nother level to like getting grease on the remote,
What?
Because some people eat and then they touch the remote. There's like grease and shit on their remote.
So that's a
By
common
some
expression?
people, I mean me.
Okay, good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
I agree.
you need to be in a relationship
I need to have sized up their pinky.
and sized up their butt, maybe because once they put a finger in yours, you may have to reciprocate, put a finger in theirs. And if they got a bad situation, you're going to have a real brown finger.
This is a part of the tell-all, I think. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, I think. Some people have described me as that.
I've actually noticed a few of the things you've said.
What do you mean?
Just, a couple things that you've mentioned. I think I said one time that about not washing my hands after I left the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, I did. I think I might have said I think people should be imprisoned.
Yeah, I think you said that, they should go to jail. So I was like, that was just one little flag. And then these are probably the flags that are going up on your dates too, So think about that.
Well, it's weird because I think people would assume that would mean my apartment's very neat and tidy.
Yeah. No, you just want everyone around you to be fucking clean and you want to be a goddamn slob.
I think I just want my own filth. I don't want your filth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how does that help? Because you're coming from your filthy house with your roaches everywhere and you're coming into my house and bringing your dirty ass in here.
But I'm not, myself isn't
Let me ask
dirty.
you this.
It's
Is your
my apartment.
asshole right now, is your asshole pinky worthy right now? Be honest.
You want to hear a funny story? It's related to the my ex-girlfriend, and now I think about this every single time. Oh no. But my ex-girlfriend got so mad about how much toilet paper I used. She said I used way too much. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, if it's doing the job, like it shouldn't matter. Like
If it ain't coming out clean, you got to
Right.
go in for more, baby.
it's important for me to make sure this is clean. And so now every time I use toilet paper, I'm trying to, but I'm also
So
like,
is that a yes?
how does anyone know what's the appropriate amount of toilet paper? Like, I don't know. I think she just didn't like buying toilet paper.
Well, she just wanted all for herself.
Maybe she had a little.
She sounds like a selfish bitch. What's her name, Joe?
Today's episode of Heavy Friending is brought to us by.
You, the listener.
I was going to say that, but yeah,
but
thank
it's
you.
cuter that we did it together, I
It's
think.
cute and it's great for branding. Guys, did you know that you can sponsor this great content you're listening to right now? It's really quite simple.
Yeah, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/heavyfriending and become a patron.
I don't exactly know what that means.
It's a monthly.
They give us their credit card information.
Well, no, that's not how they give it to Patreon. And then
Oh.
for a small amount of money, you can be a sponsor of the show. You can help us continue to stay in business, if you will.
That's so nice because you know what they say, the best things in life are free. But
But if you pay for it,
then you know the value of a good, hard day's work.
that's right. So please visit
Please.
patreon.com/heavyfriending. I do want to point out, as I talked about earlier, the three things that our podcasts always have. What were the first two? Meandering conversation.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Buttholes.
Well, and yeah, the third was buttholes. And we really have spent a lot of time on the topic. But you know what I think about America and just people in general? We all have them, right? And we're
We
all
all do.
just going around and whispering about them. It's like our dirty little secret.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here to, our mission here is to just, let's normalize the butthole.
I think it's interesting that you would say that's the mission.
Yeah. It's one of them. I think it's one of them.
I guess I want to know
If it's
more
not,
about what you
Joe,
think the missions
if it's
of
not,
this podcast
why are we talking about them so much? Answer me
Here's
that.
what I would say. I wouldn't say it's a mission, but I would say it's important.
It's important work
I think
that
it's
we're
important
doing.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because I do think people have these thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's another thought related. I guess, I mean, how far down the
Let's go. Let's go
rabbit
in. Let's go
butthole
in.
do we want to go? But I'm a guy who, I'll just say it, wipes while standing.
Okay. So I do both.
Wow.
You're not getting the right angles if you don't do both. When you're sitting down, you get a little more spread.
When I'm
Stand up,
sitting,
things start to come together.
When I've tried it sitting down, I just don't know what I'm doing back there.
You
know
may
what
have
I mean?
a weird placement of your hole too. That may be the angle, maybe not good for you.
Okay.
Hole placement,
No, I
guys.
stand up and you sort of kind of stick it out.
You put your hip out.
Yeah, you put your hip out and you do it. And then that way you
Thanks
look.
for
then
acting it
that
out
way
for
you-
me, because I'm glad I can really picture now in my mind's eye.
Well, you can't really because I'm sitting.
A pantsless Barlow standing up with his
His hip.
flaccid dingling hanging there
I didn't
with
mention
his
that.
hip popped out, wiping his goddamn shitty asshole. It's a great visual.
And then
Joe.
I look at my
Yeah,
hand.
you gotta look and see. Yeah.
So that's like, I feel like when you're sitting, you don't get to look at the paper. And so I'm assuming my
Why can't you look at the paper?
Because it's in. Don't you just wipe and then drop?
No, you wipe and you look.
And then where do you drop? You go back down the back.
Maybe you fold. Are you not folding?
Why would you fold?
Oh, your girlfriend was right. What's her name again?
What are you talking about? Fold.
You fold the toilet paper, then you go for another wipe on a clean part of the toilet paper.
You wait. You use the same.
It's not
piece
one
of
little
toilet-
thin shred. When I take the toilet paper, it's like folded, you know, and then it's like a sandwich upon a sandwich.
You
Listeners, why don't you chime in with us and let us know? You can email us at heavyfriending@gmail.com and let us know if it's crazy to fold the toilet paper and go back in with a clean side.
This is
Because
insane.
Joe, I think, has a fucking problem.
Honestly, I've never heard that, and I think that's, I guess, horrifying if people do that. But
What are you
Again,
doing? You're
how
just
do
getting
you-
a new, like, are you just getting one thin piece every time? You're not folding it over and making something thick.
No, yeah. Well, you start with the thick,
Yeah.
and then by the end,
How
you could
much-
do like one.
Well, I think this is where we're differing here. How much is on your paper? Okay, because see, me, it's not really an issue. Okay, because I'm thinking maybe you got a little.
I
Because
think
you're a man. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Some hair back there and things. For me, it's a clean exit. Okay.
Yeah.
So that may be part of it.
I just feel like, you learn how to wipe when you're a kid. And who do you learn? You learn from your family.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing it the way I assume generations.
I don't think your parents taught you whether to sit or stand. I think what happened was they said, wipe your ass after you go to the bathroom. And you attempted that. But let me tell you, if you've ever done laundry for a little fucking kid,
No, I haven't.
they don't know what they're doing.
No. And I still don't know,
And,
I guess.
You adapted your own method over time.
Well, how are you supposed to know? So I guess I am, honestly, this does interest me. I know there are standers out there. I know that's a thing. People do stand.
Mm-hmm.
And
stand for the second half.
And I guess I didn't know there was halftime and stuff involved. So this could be a groundbreaking episode.
Yeah.
And again, I guess it
Could
is
we
a
get
mission.
a medical professional to chime in on what we need to do? I don't know. I mean, I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
both methods. You're doing the one.
I guess I almost feel like I need you. So wait, so if
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I think what we'll do now is we'll take a break. I'll show
gonna
Joe
both go
kind
wipe,
of.
yeah.
I'll show Joe kind of my method, and he can give me a little more of a visual on his.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back with heavy friending. I'm starting to work out again. I had my first workout today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now by work, I always walk 3 miles a day, no matter what. And I am a certified personal trainer. I don't know if you know that about me, Joe.
a CPT,
Yep. CPT from NASM.
YOLO.
Yeah.
I'm into fitness too.
Cool. I can tell.
I feel like your eyes when I said that flashed
didn't even
down.
look at you.
No,
I
they
just-
like flashed down. You're just like, I don't want to go.
No,
there.
I just looked away and agreed with you. That's all I can do. I don't know.
Do you know I own an exercise bike?
You literally look like the kind of person that owns a recumbent bike. And like it has clothes strewn about it.
I wouldn't call it recumbent. I would call it an exercise bike.
Okay, you look like a person that owns that guy with the ponytail and the hat that gets on that thing that's like a pseudo elliptical and his legs scissor out back and forth.
Yeah, what is that? I would actually like that.
You look like that you would be on that with no resistance and just flailing about.
The one I bought, I actually broke it because of excessive
Sex.
use. Excessive use, and I'm kind of proud of that. I also do 8-minute arms, 8-minute abs,
What is 8-minute arms?
legs. You don't know this series?
You can't do anything in 8 minutes.
I'm sorry. You can do a hell of a lot in 8 minutes. You know what I mean? You can do arms, legs, and abs.
30-minute workout, then you're saying? Or are you doing 8 minutes?
It's a 24-minute workout.
Okay.
Because 8 times 3.
Well, you're not cooling down. I thought maybe.
I
you were
don't
doing a
cool down and I don't warm up. I kind of just
definitely
go.
need to warm up.
For me, it's like turn it on, and once you turn it on, the fun don't stop. At least for 24 minutes.
You should have rhymed something there. That's stupid.
I don't agree with you on all this rhyme stuff, but yeah, 8-minute arms. So they're these like old tapes from the 90s with this guy who wore a big like kind of like a wrestling
doing tapes from the 90s?
Well, they're on YouTube now.
Yeah, but if they're on YouTube, there's stuff that's like current now.
I dare you to do these and get back to me. As I said, 8 minutes
it's
long.
push-ups or what?
The arms,
Don't, Joe. Now you're about to shoot yourself in the foot, aren't you?
I know, it makes me laugh. So he says, beginners, no weights. Intermediate. Stop. Wait. I forget the order, but I feel like last he says soup cans, and that's what I do, is soup cans.
Wait, Joe.
I think you can do like
You're
real
doing
weights.
soup can exercises.
Yeah.
Soup, what kind? Progresso or Campbell's?
He doesn't specify. Actually, he said tomato cans in the video. He says
Campbell's.
tomato cans.
The small
Well, it's
ones.
just whatever I have. No, they're chunky.
Okay, but give me an idea of what the exercises are. Lateral, shoulder raises. What are we doing?
I don't know the names of them but I know the workout. It starts out with push-ups. Then you get on your back. You do like.
Let me stop you at push-ups. Let me just get into this real quick. When you say push-ups, how are you doing them?
Like everyone, just on the knees.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
So anyway, after push-ups, then there's the I think he calls them like you're hugging a barrel is what is the quote he says. So it's kind of like that
That's
on
a
your
chest
back.
fly.
Okay, and then I think like a bench press.
Press.
Then you get on your feet.
You're doing a chest fly with fucking soup cans, dude. That is
I'm
not
glad
enough
you're
weight
impressed.
for you.
Well,
No.
I don't have weights. Would you rather have me not do
You need to get
soup
off
cans?
your knees and do regular push-ups. I know that much.
I was kidding about that. That was funny, and people like it.
Were you kidding, Joe?
No, yes. No, I was. I was kidding. I do.
How many
I do
push-ups?
normal push-ups. Well, it's timed, Laura.
Okay,
so
for a certain
I
amount of
want to say
time.
it's like 45 seconds ish for each thing.
I want to watch you do push-ups. I'm really thrilled about the prospect of that.
Okay, we should do an 8-minute because this is my world. You know, not
Yeah, maybe
leaving
we
your
should
house.
do something like a day in the life.
Well, it's not like a day. It's like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
of my life,
but I mean, that's probably pretty much all you do that day. So
that's true. It kind of knocks me out.
Yeah.
Once I do it, I'm like, well, that's kind of good. Let's watch some Game of Thrones.
yeah. So I don't really know if we told all.
Yeah. We told some.
Told some, and I think we got into some details of the human anatomy that I don't think gets touched on enough or gets touched enough.
Well, and here's the thing. Did we expect to learn all the important details of each other's lives in one episode of a podcast? No. That's the point of this. This podcast is evolution, and each episode
Evolution's not real, but okay.
We'll learn more and more. So, do you think we're more friends now than we were on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'll say this. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know how any of my friends wipe their ass. And I know how you wipe your ass. So I think that's something.
I've overtaken. Well, actually, that's probably true. I definitely know things about you that I don't know about some of my oldest, closest friends.
All right. Well, I'll take it. I think we're on the right path.
Or maybe there's a reason we don't know that about our friends.
Because you just, once you know, you can't unknow. And then.
Yeah. Because like I haven't, you said during this episode, you said you've pictured me.
Yeah. And it really is it's actually making me nauseous.
Right.
So.
And I've never pictured my friends wiping. So maybe that's good.
Well, guys, stay tuned next week. We talked about our backs this week, and next week we're going to talk about our fronts.
We also talked about our fronts, though.
Not as much as I'd like to. There's a lot I have to say about it. The front has a lot more.
Well, the front there's more differences up front. Back, we all look the same from behind.
Yeah.
You know? Supple buns.
What did you masturbate to today?
I didn't
You
masturbate
tell me yours
today.
and I'll tell you mine.
I didn't masturbate
But
today.
I have to think of which time.
Okay.